Ever wondered why happiness often feels just out of reach? Well, it's partly because our brains are wired to always look for what's next. This hedonic treadmill means we quickly adapt to joy, making us chase new sources of happiness endlessly. Plus, societal pressures and unrealistic expectations can distort our idea of what it means to be truly happy. It's not just about big achievements or material gains. Often, it's the small moments and inner peace that truly enrich our lives. But here's the thing, happiness isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you cultivate. Yet, so many of us fall into the trap of thinking, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, when I buy that car, when I finally have everything figured out. Sound familiar? The truth is, that kind of thinking keeps happiness just out of reach. So what actually makes people feel fulfilled and genuinely content? Is it luck? Perfect life? Some secret formula? No. There are proven ways to increase happiness, and they might not be what you expect. Before we dive into them, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss out on life-changing insights like these. Now let's get into it. If happiness isn't about stumbling onto some magical jackpot or waiting for life to hand us a golden ticket, then what is it about? How do we stop this endless chase and actually feel it deep down in a way that sticks? Well, buckle up, because we're about to unpack some seriously game-changing truths about happiness. And trust me, they're simpler than you might think, but they do take a little effort. First off, let's talk about that hedonic treadmill I mentioned earlier. Picture this, you get a shiny new phone. Day one, you're obsessed, taking selfies, downloading apps, showing it off. By day 7, it's just your phone. That buzz is gone. That's the hedonic treadmill in action. Our brains are wired to adapt to the good stuff crazy fast, so we're left craving the next hit of excitement. Researchers have been studying this for years, and it's legit. Psychologist Philip Brickman and his crew coined the term back in the 70s. They found that even after massive life wins like winning the lottery, people's happiness levels tend to bounce back to where they were before. Wild, right? It's like our brains are saying, cool, got that, what's next? But here's the flip side. That same wiring works with the small stuff too. Those tiny, everyday wins, like sipping your morning coffee in peace or laughing at a dumb meme, can stack up to mean way more than we give them credit for. The trick? You've got to notice them. And that's where things get interesting. One of the most proven ways to crank up your happiness isn't some grand gesture. It's gratitude. Yeah, I know, it sounds like something your aunt posts on social media with a sunset photo, but hear me out. Studies, like ones from psychologist Robert Emmons, show that people who regularly practice gratitude, writing down 3 things they're thankful for each day, report higher levels of joy, better sleep, even stronger relationships. It's not woo-woo, it's science. Why? Because gratitude flips the script. Instead of fixating on what's missing, you start seeing what's already there. Suddenly, that quiet moment with your coffee isn't just routine, it's a little gift. So, try this tonight. Grab a notebook, jot down 3 things that went right today. Maybe it's a kind text from a friend, the fact that your Wi-Fi didn't crash during this video, or even just that you're here learning how to level up your life. Do it for a week and watch what happens. You might just feel that treadmill slow down a bit. Next up, connection. Humans are social creatures. I mean, we've been huddling together since the caveman days for a reason. But today, with screens everywhere and schedules packed, it's easy to let real connections slip. Yet study after study, like the famous Harvard study of adult development, it's been running for over 80 years, shows that relationships are the biggest predictor of happiness. Not money, not fame, not that corner office. It's the people we laugh with, cry with, and rant to over tacos. Think about it. When's the last time you felt truly content? Was it alone with your bank account? Or was it during a random chat with someone who just gets you? For me, it's those late-night talks with my best friend. Zero judgment, all vibes. That's gold. So here's a challenge. Reach out to someone today. Not a text, a real call, a coffee date, something. See how it feels. Spoiler, it's better than scrolling X for 3 hours. Now let's get real for a sec. Sometimes happiness feels out of reach because we're drowning in comparison. Social media doesn't help. Everyone's posting their highlight reels, and we're over here wondering why our lives suck. But here's the truth. That's not reality. Psychologists call this the comparison trap, and it's a happiness killer. You see someone's vacation pics and think, why am I not there? Meanwhile, they're probably stressing about Wi-Fi to post it. We're all just figuring it out. The fix? Focus on your own lane. Easier said than done, I know, but start small. Mute that account that makes you feel less than. Replace it with stuff that lifts you up, like this channel. Speaking of which, if you're loving these insights and want more practical ways to live better, hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell. We're just getting started, and I've got so much more to share with you. Let's keep going. Another happiness booster? Purpose. Not some lofty, save the world mission, though props if that's your thing, but just something that makes you feel like you're contributing. Could be your job, a hobby, even helping a neighbor with their groceries. Studies show that when we feel useful, our brains light up with feel-good chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. It's why volunteering feels so good. It's not just about them, it's about us too. For example, I started this channel because I love breaking down big ideas into stuff you can actually use. Every time someone comments, "This helped me," I feel it. That purpose hit. What's yours? Maybe it's cooking for your family, coaching a kid's soccer team, or just being the friend who always listens. Find it, lean into it. It's like happiness fuel. Okay, let's talk about one more biggie, being present. Our minds are time travelers, always stressing about tomorrow or replaying yesterday's awkward moment. But happiness? It lives in the now. Ever notice how kids are so freaking happy? They're not worrying about next week's homework, they're just all in on that puddle they're splashing in. We can learn from that. Mindfulness is the buzzword here, and yeah, it's legit. Research, like from the folks at UCLA's Mindful Awareness Research Center, shows that even 5 minutes of focusing on your breath can lower stress and boost joy. Try it. Close your eyes, breathe in for 4, out for 4. Feel your feet on the ground. That's it. You're here, and here is where happiness hangs out. So, where does this leave us? Happiness isn't a finish line, it's a garden. You plant seeds with gratitude, water it with connection, trim the weeds of comparison, and let purpose and presence bloom. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up for it day by day. And the best part? You can start right now. Before you go, let's make this a two-way thing. Drop a comment. What's one small moment that made you happy today? I'll read every single one, because honestly, you guys inspire me too. And if you're ready to keep building a life that feels good from the inside out, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Take care of yourself. You deserve it. See you in the next one.